And in more news stemming from the Fortnite Pro scene, guys, it's just last time I talked about Zayt, NRG Pro, by the way, for the Fortnite team over there, was actually talking about pro players boosting testosterone in order to compete better. A funnier video about Zayt this time around and now deleted tweets. I would say something that's probably not the most professional thing to do when it comes time for farming impressions and joking and trolling in the Fortnite scene. I hope you guys can understand. It's really hard for me to understand what I do cover and what I don't cover. If someone from any other esport did this, I feel like I would cover it. So in this case, whether or not he did delete, I feel like I need to cover when a Fortnite Pro player out there in a string of 2 tweets technically called out 6 other well-known Fortnite Pro players for potentially using macros. By the way, no evidence, no backing. For anyone wondering the blanket statement, are they using macros? We cannot confirm that, as we have found out over the past many months now. When it comes time to actually proving things in Fortnite, proving a cheater, it's incredibly tough. Proving macros is just as, if not even harder, when it comes time for these Fortnite pros, as Zayt actually showed the rule books, obviously stating very much so using macros or any other similar method to automate in-game actions is against the rules. As he says, he's about to expose all the pros that use double movement macros. Macros, that being potentially external software to macro, meaning attaching 2 movements to a single keybind. Doing so using a method not provided in-game with Fortnite is obviously very illegal. If you're not using the things that are offered in-game, if you're using external or a third-party service and a macro, you guys can probably understand why that would be against the rules. He goes on to call out 6 Fortnite Pro players, all of which besides Tfue have now responded. That being players though Tfue, Kanata, Zexro, Bucky, Creo, and Unknown all called out. Creo was amongst the first to respond to all of this and also discredit, or at least on Twitter discredit this, even going as far to screenshot his own desktop, and jokingly he actually renamed his own wallpaper engine to a common macro service and software which is known as Keymapper. Obviously he just renamed that though, so he was joking. Young Calc also took to Twitter to actually defend Zexro and say he also does not macro. Unknown Army had his typical interesting responses, I guess kind of calling out as a troll. I'm not really sure. Kanata and Bucky also gave their responses. Tfue, as I said before, was the only player and pro to not respond to these accusations. I hope you guys, again, can understand where I'm coming from. Any pro player out there to make these accusations or even joke about someone using a macro is a pretty serious thing, especially without evidence, without backing. Obviously, all of these pros have now come forward and said that's just not true. You're a noob or you're trolling in some form or another. And so is there any confirmation of this? No. Does it make you think, though, that at least some pro players are using macros? I think we can all agree it would be a possibility. It's possible. Proving it is an entirely different story. I think 72 Hours had a great response after this actually as well, stating they're going to remove it if anything. No chance they intend for it to be in game. No shot they ban for it at this point. And yes, obviously he is correct. We rarely see an Epic Games ban, and especially when it comes time for things they catch after the fact. Yes, I don't think macros or ever should be intended for the game, but when it comes time for what he meant exactly, are they going to somehow disable these kind of macros? Are they going to disable double movements or the double movement bind as well? I don't know exactly the details on all of that, guys, but it's pretty crazy to see Zayt tweet all of this out, leave it up for quite some time for a lot of people to, of course, see, and then all of a sudden take it all back. Whether he was joking or not, you can't at least in my opinion. You guys are probably going to think differently. I know a few of you guys will. What do you think about this? In my opinion, it's not the best look for a pro player to make these accusations without the backing, without the evidence, and of course to see all or 5 of the 6 pros then refute this and say that you're just not right. It does make you more all to think, is this actually happening in the pro scene? Are there pros using macros too lazy to actually learn the 2 keys instead? I just don't know. The Fortnite Pro scene continues to blow my mind. I thought I'd give you guys a short video on the crazy stuff continuing to happen over there. Until next time, what do you guys think about this? All right, enjoy yourselves. Drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll be back here all day long, and I'm sure next time a Fortnite Pro does something, I'll probably be talking about it. Until next time, take care. Okay, bye.